Coming to you live from Seward, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
That's right. We have the best palatial radio studios this side of the Mississippi.
You call this big market radio?
Yes, you better believe we call this big market radio.
Oh, yeah.
Because we are the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Oi!
That's right. Good morning, Miss Bonnie.
Good morning to you, Evan. Yeah, broadcasting to England this morning, too, and morning to you, Mr. Hales.
That's right. We are internationally acclaimed. We have the claim to fame that we are an international radio show, and nobody can ever take that away from us. Better believe it.
They might try to take it away from us, but, they won't be that slick and slithery with it like a snake.
No.
And we won't let them take it away.
Yeah, boy, do I know some snakes, let me tell you.
Oh, you do?
That's for a whole nother story.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we won't get into that.
I don't seem to know too many lately, and I'm liking it.
Snakes. I know a few snakes that are out there. There's a rattlesnake, garter snake, diamondback rattlesnake, but I've got a few friends. Well, I don't want to say friends, but I know a few people out there that are snakes. I better shut up
and there was
before I insert my foot in my mouth.
Was once a rat named Ben out there, too.
Yeah, that's Michael Jackson did a song about that.
Yeah, I think he had a rat when he was a little kid.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that movie Ratatouille?
No.
I watched that with the kids one day, and it's funny. You start watching something like on Disney, like one of these movies, you think it's going to be too kiddish and too childish, but then you give it a chance and you find it to be extremely good. I liked Ratatouille, and I think I want to watch Coco again.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of a cool kind of flick to watch with the Halloween season almost brewing right here.
Ratatouille. Never heard of Ratatouille. I've heard of Ratatouille, but not Ratatouille.
Now, Ratatouille, I have not heard of that.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of Ratatouille. Not Ratatouille. Ratatouille I've heard of, but not Ratatouille. But that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ratatouille. There's all sorts of what.
Ratatouille sounds like pot or something.
No.
I mean, it just sounds like it would be the name of some kind of pot that's out there that I don't know about.
Now, that goes along with whatchamacallit. Anyway, it's Monday. We're back in the saddle. Today's date is September the 28th. It's 6:09. On a Monday morning. I am, I don't want to say I'm all liquored up because I don't drink. So how about I'll just say I'm all sugared up this morning, going about 9,000 miles an hour, going on about 3 hours sleep. I woke up at about 11:30, sat in the chair till 1 a.m, and then went back to bed and got up at 3 and then tossed and turned until the alarm went off at 4:15.
I'll tell you what, Evan, you mentioned liquor this morning. I had the most amazing drink. And it wasn't not this morning, but it was.
Okay. You scared me there, Bonnie.
It was late Saturday afternoon. I
went to work all liquored up. Shame on you.
Went to my girlfriend's birthday party on Saturday, and it's the first time that I ever tried a rum runner.
Really?
Yeah. All my years living down here in Florida, I never have tried a rum runner before. They made it at their house, homemade.
Okay.
And it was the best, most awesome drink. I mean, that drink was on my mind all through Sunday when I was working. It was so good.
Probably took some of your mind also. If rum runners are pretty strong, and they'll make your mind a little loopy.
They are, because I just looked up the ingredients on one, and I guess it's not only rum. Not that I was gonna go and buy some rum for the house because we don't have liquor at home, and we don't have a liquor cabinet, but I guess it seriously takes more than rum. I was tasting blackberry brandy in there.
Oh, yeah.
Banana liquor, too.
Yeah, it'll do you in.
I guess so.
You drink one of those, and you'll be a little loopy.
Yeah, if we had one, and then we had amazing steaks on the grill on Saturday, sirloin steaks that he had wrapped in bacon. Jody's husband, Rob, does this. He's from Louisiana, so he didn't do his Cajun cooking over the weekend. It was all American, with the steaks and the rum runners going, but he's been known to make a really good Cajun atmosphere picnic too for us once in a while.
How did you eat your steak? Did you eat it well, medium rare?
Medium.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it was half dead. Half dead. I consider a steak half dead when it's medium.
They were so juicy. And you know where he gets them too is from, I got to go there. He said they're worth about maybe $150 to $160. And he gets this whole loaf of steak, that sirloin that he picks up at Winn-Dixie.
Oh, he buys a whole side of sirloin, and then he gets it all,
slices it himself,
yep.
And I think he paid only $46 for many pounds of it, and the steak was good. It was so good and juicy.
Sirloin's a good cut of steak. It's a very, very good cut of steak. I like my steak. When it moves. It has to moo, and if it doesn't moo, then I don't eat it. I just simply won't eat it. Now, on the other flip of the coin, my wife, she likes her steak slaughtered. In other words, she likes it dead.
Very well done. Yes, almost fried to a crisp.
Well, not fried to a crisp, but she likes it slaughtered.
Yeah.
Yeah, she won't eat it if it's mooing.
If I see a little bit of pink in it, I don't mind it. Like the last time I did go to a restaurant, I got to say my steak came out rather rare. Mm-hmm. It's weird when even the people you're out to eat with are noticing your steak body. That looks rare.
Oh, it's great, man. When it's got blood, it's got blood all over the plate. I'm in heaven.
I still ate it because it was melt in your mouth. Just mouth watering.
I'm in complete heaven. You know what else is good to cook on a grill is a piece of London broil. Oh man, that is total decadence.
Wow.
London broil on a grill, and then you get it, and then you just slice it off sideways. And those thin slices of beef. Oh man, that's decadence right there.
That's like a prime rib going, isn't it? Where you but I would assume that London broil you can use the sauce that you would for prime rib too.
Well, yeah, you can use the au jus on it if you would like.
Au jus, or I'm thinking the horseradish too, mixed with some sour cream and some mayonnaise. That white kind of horseradish sauce.
Yeah, to each his own. I'm not a horseradish fan. I had a bad experience with horseradish once in the Bahamas. Many, and I mean many years ago, I was managing a gentleman that was actually a Michael Jackson lookalike, spitting image of Michael Jackson.
No kidding.
And we were touring all over the place. The guy's name was David Green.
Do you have a picture?
I do. I'll have to dig it up. It's from a long time ago.
I want to see that.
It's from a super, super long time ago. So we went to the Bahamas to perform, and we were sitting down having dinner, and dinner was prime rib with a baked potato and a vegetable, and then there was a scoop of horseradish sauce. It was white. Now, mind you, I did not know that it was horseradish sauce, and I thought that it was sour cream.
Right.
So me and my infinite wisdom, I just take a big glob of it and stick it on my prime rib, whack off a piece, put it in my mouth, and I went running for the hills.
You had a smoke alarm coming out of your ears, didn't you?
I had more than a smoke alarm. I had smoke coming out of my ears.
Yeah.
Wow. My.
You know what, Evan? It's funny you mentioned that because there had been a Japanese.
That was brutal.
There had been a Japanese place down here. The really popular one down here on US 1 in Stewart, Sakura. It was called Sakura.
Okay.
We were at like a huge party there, and this was when I wasn't familiar with wasabi.
Mm-hmm.
So people are eating sushi, and I'm thinking I put a big
Pardon
dab
me, but when you mention sushi, I just have to say nasty. That's just me. My opinion. Just don't like it.
Oh, I love it.
Can't eat sushi.
It's been a long time since I've had it, but I do like sushi once in a while. So I take this big gob of wasabi thinking it's avocado or like a guacamole because I love avocado.
Okay.
Take a big bursting bite of it. Oh, man, that was terrible.
Really?
My eyes started watering.
Okay.
That wasabi was so hot. It was no avocado, let me tell you.
Now,
and smoke coming out of my ears, too.
You mentioned avocado. Yesterday was I know you're probably going to wonder, what does avocado have to do with my grandson's 3-year-old birthday?
Oh, I saw that on Facebook. How cute.
We had a big, huge party at the in-laws' house. Now, keep in mind, everybody was social distancing, and it was just... I want to say maybe 10 people were there. It wasn't that many people. When you think party, people start wondering, wow, you're having a whole boatload of people. Well, we, Denise and Jeff were gracious enough to host the grandchild's 3-year-old birthday party along with my son and his wife Delilah, and they had a very nice array of food. And one of the things they had condiments for some of the food. They had roasted chicken, they had chicken sandwiches, they had just all sorts of stuff.
I could go for a chicken sandwich this morning.
It was really, really
that sounds good right now.
So in one of the containers of condiments, they had this avocado ranch dressing.
Wow.
Now, I had never tried this
I bet
before.
it's really good.
Never tried it before because I'm not a big fan of avocado. So my in-law says, go ahead and try it. You'll like it. So I'm like, okay. So I trust Denise. I do. I love Denise and her husband, Jeff, like to no end. They're just amazing. Probably the best in-laws you could ever have in the entire world. So I tried it and I was like, wow, this is decadence. This was really good. So the avocado ranch dressing, to find out, comes from Chick-fil-A, where their daughter Jalissa works.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And with Thanksgiving up and coming too, Evan, I bet that would taste perfect on a turkey sandwich.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. And speaking of Thanksgiving, it's just around the corner. It's like we're going to be in October and then we're going to be in November. And I almost slipped and said something, but I'm not going to say anything. So anyway, on to the next topic, because I almost let a cat out of the bag that I did last week and I shouldn't have, but I think you should know what I'm talking about. If not, I'll tell you about it off the air.
You betcha.
Yeah, anyway.
Because I don't think I caught that, but I probably should have, but anyway.
That's all right. No big deal.
Okay.
So anyway, we had the grandson's 3-year birthday yesterday. Little Ashton turned 3 years old.
Ashton.
Yep, he got all sorts of, my God, this kid cleaned up yesterday for his birthday. He got clothes and a bicycle and just all sorts of stuff. Oh my gosh. I don't know where they're going to need a she shed to put all that crap in.
Did you get him the new bicycle?
No, the in-laws got it for him, I do believe. I think
perfect.
that's who got it for him.
Yep. As a little kid, that's a major gift that you never forget when you see that shining bicycle.
Yep.
I mean, you never forget where you were on that certain maybe Christmas morning or that birthday afternoon when that bicycle arrives.
Yep, exactly. There's a little Ashton right there riding his bike.
Oh.
In the video, you can see that.
Safety. He's got his helmet on.
And it took him a little bit to get the whole pedal thing, for a 3-year-old, but he got the hang of it.
Yeah.
That's the birthday cake that my daughter-in-law made.
She made that?
She made that from scratch.
That's good. That's what's
triple layer is what it was.
What's that, like a little Tonka truck on it or something?
It's a garbage truck.
Garbage truck.
Yeah, a little garbage truck on there.
Perfect.
So it was a lot of fun. And then Saturday I had a wedding at Club Med. Worked over at Club Med. Had a great time over there. A lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. Had a great time. It sounds
like your weekend was much like mine. Just a lot of work mixed with a lot of fun and parties. I mean, that's simplified. That's just my weekend in one shake right there.
Yeah, we had a good time. It was a nice weekend. And what did you do this weekend, Bon Bon?
Well, I'm
gonna call you Bon Bon. Is that okay?
I did go shopping in Tradition. And I
spent some money.
I spent some money on my girlfriend Jody, and brought her some nice gifts over there.
Okay.
But then Rob even sent me home with more steak. And
did he really?
Yeah, that Gary didn't want to go because he wasn't in the mood for a party late Saturday. So I
went. Didn't go?
Yeah, but
so you went stag.
But I still came home with a steak for him and corn on the cob, which I picked up at Winn-Dixie, and corn on the cob, and see what else did we have.
He's probably saying, man, I shouldn't go with Bonnie more often. I get more goodies brought home when I don't go.
Yeah, rum runners, and I didn't bring him home a rum runner, but he could have had one of those at the party too.
This is true.
Yeah, I mean that was one tasty sweet drink. Let me tell you.
I'm sure it was. Boy, you're bragging on that rum runner, huh? I bet if we put a rum runner in front of you right now, you'd probably just indulge in it.
Well,
at 6:21 in the morning.
You know what I think it has going on? I've always been a lover of blackberry. The blackberry has been my favorite berry to eat. My favorite scent, maybe if there's like that blackberry going on in a perfume or a cologne.
Right.
And I think it was the first thing I tasted was that blackberry brandy in it, which just has that good taste of autumn.
Sounds good. It is 6:21 on the Monday edition of the Get Up and Go show, September the 28th, 2020, as we get closer and closer to Christmas Eve. Let's go to the news desk. Here's Bonnie.
Thank you, Evan. President Trump is coming back to Florida. The Trump campaign announcing it will hold a rally Friday night at Orlando Sanford International Airport. Meanwhile, Trump's former campaign manager is being held in South Florida. That after Brad Parscale barricaded himself in his Fort Lauderdale home.
Parscale's wife reportedly called police after he was threatening to harm himself. His wife told officers he was armed. The South Florida Sun-Sentinel reports Parscale didn't threaten police and was taken to a hospital under Florida's Baker Act that allows police to detain people who potentially pose a threat to themselves or others. Dean Muccio, NBC News Radio.
President Donald Trump paid no federal income taxes in 10 of the past 15 years, according to a report in the New York Times. The Sunday report said he paid $750 in taxes to the federal government the year he was elected, 2016, and $750 again in his first year in office. Trump has fiercely guarded his tax filings, becoming the only president in modern times not to make them public. The details of the tax filings complicate Trump's description of himself as a shrewd and patriotic businessman, revealing instead a series of financial losses and income from abroad that could conflict with his responsibilities as president. Trump's financial disclosures indicated he earned at least $434.9 million in 2018, but the tax filings reported a $47.4 million loss. The disclosure comes at a pivotal moment weeks before a divisive election with early voting underway. During a briefing Sunday evening, Trump was asked about the story and his taxes. He replied, "Fake news. It's totally fake news." Ahead of the first debate stage matchup between President Donald Trump and his Democratic challenger, Joe Biden, each campaign is promising a stark contrast in policy, personality, and preparation. Trump has decided to skip any formal preparation. While Biden's team believes the significance of the debate may be exaggerated, the Democratic nominee has been aggressively preparing to take on the president. And lastly, SpaceX has a rocket launch planned for 10:22 this morning, and launch conditions are 60% go. A Falcon 9 rocket will carry Starlink satellites into low Earth orbit as part of a plan to spread broadband internet around the world. United Launch Alliance is planning to launch a Delta IV Heavy rocket at 12:02 tomorrow morning, and a SpaceX has another launch set for late tomorrow night. The Miami Heat are headed for the NBA Finals after defeating the Boston Celtics 125-113 to take the East in 6 games. Bam Adebayo led the way, scoring 32 points and pulling down 14 rebounds. Head coach, Heat coach Eric Spoelstra.
And he backed that up tonight. He was sensational. And just from a competitive standpoint, all across the board.
The Heat will now take on the West champion Los Angeles Lakers for the championship. Starts Wednesday in the NBA's Orlando bubble. News time 6:25. Weather and traffic together next.
$6:26 on the Get Up and Go show for a Monday. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
We don't have any traffic accident to report. All looking good on this Monday morning. So if you're heading out, you should, get there to work on time if you've got to be there by 7. There's your latest look at traffic. It's 79 in Stewart and partly cloudy, and in Malmö, Sweden, it's cloudy and 59. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Monday, my sunshines. Temperatures this morning starting off in the mid to upper 70s along the Treasure Coast with a few showers blowing in from off the ocean. This afternoon, highs in the upper 80s are feels like temperatures in the upper 90s to triple digits. Mainly dry through late morning, then scattered showers and storms throughout the evening. Highs in the low 90s for tomorrow, heat index values in the triple digits. Morning sunshine followed by afternoon showers and storms. Wednesday, a front approaches the state, scattered showers and storms ahead of the front, then slow clearing throughout the day. Highs on Wednesday in the mid-80s. Thursday through Saturday, slightly cooler, drier air. Highs in the low to mid-80s, lots of sunshine with low humidity. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
I think I'll take a beer.
Beer always comes. Everybody down.
If you buy me a beer, I'll see what I can work up.
Make every word beer.
Can hold that much beer.
How about a beer?
I like beer.
Played one gig, got drunk, sold our instruments to get more beer.
Yes, we drank beer.
Take a beer and 2 olives to stuff in my ear so I don't have to listen to any more of these people.
Still like beer.
You know what? I shouldn't have had that 8th beer.
I'm always good for a beer.
We drank beer. We like beer.
Yeah, today is National Drink a Beer Day.
It is really.
Yes, National Drink a Beer Day.
Okay, so
It means everybody's got to drink a beer today.
yeah, you could. I know that you don't drink alcohol, Evan, but
Nope.
you could maybe try one of those near beers if you like.
What are those?
It's it tastes like a beer without the alcohol, without any percentage of alcohol at all.
Okay.
There might be. Actually, when I had one before, I think there's a small, minuscule percent in it.
Okay. I just don't like the taste of beer, though, period.
There you go. And
So I just can't fathom the taste
Yeah.
of beer.
yeah, and some people don't. Some
Yeah.
people don't like that taste at all. But I guess if you do, so feel free to partake in one. But
I never
don't
acquired
drink and drive.
never acquired the taste of it. Some people indulge in it because they love the taste of it. Everybody's different.
I don't see you drinking coffee either.
I'm not a coffee drinker.
You've never acquired that
Nope.
coffee taste
No,
either.
I don't. I call it mud in a cup.
Got it.
Yeah. Just don't like coffee. Don't like coffee, don't like beer, don't like the taste of liquor. That's just Me, I'm pretty straight edge. I'm
It's-
a pretty straight edge guy.
It's weird because I do like my coffee black,
Mhm.
and I'm kind of excited now because I think that I make a pretty good cup of coffee at home.
Mhm.
But then when I go to a place like when Phil brought in Dunkin' Donuts,
Mhm.
my own coffee doesn't compare. And we had a story last week where they're coming out with those creamers now that are actually taste like coffee to enhance your cup of coffee at home.
Mhm.
Like you can get maybe that strong Colombian creamer that they're coming out with.
Yes.
Just something to enhance it and make it better. So I'm kind of looking for that arrival.
Yeah, we're going to be bringing a new segment to the program, Bonnie, on Wednesday when Phil's going to be joining us. It's going to be called Phil's Taste Test, where Phil is going to be tasting different things on the internet live, like he did last time. He was tasting those, I think it was a certain kind of chip or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what it was.
He had like a pickle sour cream Lay's potato chip.
Mhm.
They're always coming out with the new flavors of Lay's, and I get very excited about it
Well,
because I love them.
This week it's going to be Phil's Taste Test with Lay's cheddar jalapeno potato chips.
Oh, and I've tried those before. Trust me, those
Yes.
are so good.
So we're going to see exactly how Phil does.
I can't wait to see what he says about it
Well-
because I love them. I swear by them.
Yeah, well, they're jalapeno, so that means they're going to be spicy.
Yes.
And of course, our theory is when you taste test, you have to taste the whole thing. So he's going to have to shove as many potato chips in his mouth as he can while he's taste testing.
He might
to
be
get the full effect.
overwhelmed by all of that jalapeno then.
Well, that's the whole idea behind it.
We're going to have to get some video footage of him shoving all of that, shoveling all of that in his mouth.
I'll have him turn the camera on so we can actually physically watch him do this
Yeah.
on the air to make sure he is doing it properly.
That's going to be a hoot.
Yeah, it's going to be more than a hoot. It's going to be a hot hoot is what it's going to be. Let's do some viral videos. Bonnie, there's a video going around the internet right now that's from Family Feud. It's on Twitter where a guy looks a little like Ryan Gosling looks. Wait a minute, I'm sorry. Let me read this again. Got a little ahead of myself. There's a video on Twitter from Family Feud where a guy who looks a little like Ryan Gosling looks down at his pants and realizes that they're extremely very tight, showing off the outline of his package.
Oh my.
And the best part is his expression as he looks down.
Oh my.
Yeah. Now, for what it's worth, his name is Ben Weirda. That's a name. And he's the nephew of U.S. Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos. He's also married to Kathy Lee Gifford's daughter, Cassidy. And he's got nothing to be ashamed of. No, and I'm not talking about his celebrity connections either.
Don't they even show Kathy Lee Gifford, I think, in the audience too? Like, I think she came out to watch him at Family Feud or some sort of thing.
It is kind of funny when you watch the video. I mean, I play the audio from the video, but there's really no audio to it.
Yeah.
It's just, the camera zooms in on him and you can see the outline of his crotch area and he looks down and he kind of looks a little embarrassed.
He should be, because look at that. Look at how tight those pants look, Evan.
Yeah.
Didn't he look in the mirror before going on national television?
I don't know. Maybe he likes to show the junk in his trunk. Who
That
knows?
is rather on the tight
A
side.
little bit of an exhibitionist. Anything is possible.
Those pants are really tight.
As we come to the end of September, the month is not really over yet, and we already have enough news gaffes to pack one of those blooper montages. Excuse me. So this one features newscasters bravely persevering through lights going out, misplaced graphics, anchors missing their cues, and one reporter really needing cucumbers. I've got a little bit of audio, so let's
All right, welcome
listen.
back to Eyewitness News.
Welcome back into Eyewitness News.
It's okay. Go ahead, Sarah.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Who's going?
All right.
You first. No, you.
Yeah, there's a lot of back and forth on this. Good morning to you, too.
We've been told to stay at home, but that hasn't stopped. Chris?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Alan Johnson joins us down the line from hell, from Hull. Alan Johnson, I'm never going to recover from that now, am I?
There you go. That was a good one,
from
right?
Hull.
Yeah.
We got you, dear.
Yes.
And I think that one that you had where there was a huge subway or something really loud, like
that was a train
in the background.
Yeah.
I think that was Anne Green, who's on CBS This Morning broadcasting there.
Yeah, so there's a whole blooper reel. It's like 5 minutes long, but I just snipped out a couple of different ones for us to listen to.
So many bloopers throughout the year, and we saw a lot on video, of course, with so many TV reporters and news anchors on their Zoom this year and broadcasting from home.
Yeah, without pants on.
Yeah, people walking into their in the back shot, and people that weren't supposed to be there, dogs and kitties that weren't supposed to be there.
Bonnie, there's a marriage proposal recently that was held on a boat, and it's going viral, or actually two boats. A man walked along the back of one boat, which was docked near another boat with a woman standing on it. He started proposing, and she quickly moved in for the big hug. And that's when the accident happened. She accidentally stepped on the gas or moved the throttle, so to speak, of the boat forward. She fell backward, and in the process, she kicked the guy in the head, and he fell off the other boat into the water. And hopefully someone had a firm grasp on the ring somewhere. So here's the here, I'm just going to play it. Here he is on the back of the boat. There are two pontoon boats.
Yep. She's on the other.
She's on the other. She leans in. Here goes the big kiss. They lean, the gas, and bang.
Her foot goes on the throttle.
Yeah.
And then hits him, and he falls into the water, and she's just out with that boat zooming, having no control of the boat.
It was just a hot mess.
That situation could have turned out really bad. She she kind of reminds me of a young Candace Bergen, who he was proposing to there. I mean, her hair looks too pretty to go through that hot mess.
That was just a hot mess for a wedding proposal.
Yeah. We saw that one on the bridge. Was it the Brooklyn Bridge too last week? Where
the guy was riding the bike and he crashed into the photographer.
Yes.
That was another hot mess.
Things that simply go wrong when you're getting proposed to.
Yep, exactly. Did you know, Bonnie, that a survey found 54% of people have lied about their relationship status on social media? You know, on Facebook, you have a status that's there, and you can put single, engaged, married.
Yeah.
Well, 54% of people have lied about their relationship status on social media.
I hope people aren't going on there and saying they're not married when they really, because that's immoral, and they should not be doing anything like that.
Yeah, that's their choice.
Yeah.
Did you know another survey says that 11% of people eat ice cream every single day?
Every day? Oh,
every day.
Here's an idea for you. For those of you who love the ice cream every day, I think Sonic is coming out for the month of October with some Halloween treats, like
really?
Special Halloween shakes that they're making.
Okay.
And one I saw this morning had M&Ms, and it looked really chocolatey, good and gooey.
Sounds delicious.
Just an idea for you.
Sounds delish.
Yeah.
Did you know about 60% of cars have a bumper or a window sticker? Do you have one, Bonnie?
I don't. I did receive a political bumper sticker from somebody who I worked with the other day.
Oh, you're asking for trouble. You put a political sticker on your car.
Yeah, I have the sticker in my house. I guess I don't want to put it on my new vehicle. I
wouldn't put a political sticker on any vehicle, period, because now you're opening Pandora's box. And, driving down the road, somebody somewhere somehow is going to say something to you. They're going to yell their hand out the window. They're going to give you the royal #1 salute with that middle finger. Somewhere it's going to happen.
Yeah. I know it's kind of like, I know who I'm voting for in this upcoming election.
Don't reveal. I don't want to know.
Oh, no, but I'm not going to yell at people that has my opponents or the person I'm not voting for. If they're soliciting that person and they want to, get that word that they are rooting for them out there, I'm not going to get mad at them.
Now, you do know in the election, too, that you do not have to vote for a president of the United States. You don't have to fill out. If you don't like candidate number 1 or candidate number 2, then you don't have to vote for either one. You just leave it blank and you can turn your ballot in for the other people that you want to vote for.
Or you can write it too. Maybe I'll write it in and vote for you, Evan.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool because they do have a place for a write-in candidate.
Yeah.
So that would be kind of cool. Evan 9 for president of the United States.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to do a little write-in for you.
Well, my first change would be equality for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
And justice.
Equality for everybody, justice for all.
Justice for all. And I think our theme song would be Metallica, Justice for All.
There you go.
Heavy metal.
Enter Sandman.
Yes.
There's a good one. Definitely good. Did you know that 76% of women say they are turned off when they see a dad who wears pleated pants?
Pleated pants.
Pleated pants.
That's not a turnoff. That shows me that guy is classy. He's wearing classy looking pants.
There you go.
I don't know why that would be a turnoff.
Don't know.
I don't get it.
Know.
Who are these ladies?
Don't know. Did you know the average person has 8 coffee mugs that they got for free? Now, I'm going to raise my hand and I'm going to say that my wife is guilty of that. She has more than 8 coffee mugs that she has received for free.
Yeah.
She has received dozens of coffee mugs for free because she's a school teacher.
Oh, right
and
on.
she gets gifts from the kids.
I bet she gets some nice ones,
and they're
too.
always filled with all sorts of goodies.
Yeah.
So we have one cabinet at the house that has got enough coffee mugs to last for an entire month. An entire month, Bonnie.
Now, this doesn't go down as a coffee mug, but it's my coffee thermos.
It's a thermal thermos.
Evan and Rachel bought me this. I
There you
want
go.
everybody to take a good look. And
Keeps your coffee nice and warm.
I appreciate it. You know what, Evan?
What?
One of the best gifts I've ever gotten.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean, I look for this each and every morning, and if I'm missing it, then I do have to stop at the store and get my morning Java.
Tell Gary he's going to have to top that one for Christmas.
Oh, right.
There you go.
No, this is a good one. And it's the Built brand, and it keeps everything either cold or super hot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a perfect gift, and I thank you and Rachel for that.
No, it's our pleasure. Did you know that 60% of bridesmaids hate their dresses? They completely hate their dresses.
Yeah. I gotta say, I haven't stood up in too many weddings, but the weddings that I have stood up in, I've never really unappreciated the dresses.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember my friend Stephanie's wedding, and she had these beautiful green dresses that we wore. We paid a pretty hefty price for them, but she gave us she might have given us a year and a half or a couple of years to make monthly payments on them.
Here's my take on things. This is just, the whole wedding dress bridesmaid debacle. I feel that if a bride asks a female or a male to be in their wedding party, that the bride and groom should foot the bill for the attire, because this is a dress that's only going to be worn once in a lifetime, probably. And the girl has to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on a bridesmaid's dress. The guy has to go out and spend at least $100, if not more, to rent the tuxedo.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
my
'tis
thoughts
true.
are, I think the bride and groom should foot the bill and pay for that.
Yeah, okay. I appreciate that thought, and I can't really give my opinion on whether I agree or disagree.
That's a tough one.
That's
a tough one. It really is, because
my only vice is that the person standing up in the wedding can make the decision not to be in the wedding.
That's true.
If it's too pricey.
That's true. They can do that also. They can bow out very gracefully. And then as they're bowing out, and if the bride really wants them to be in the wedding and the girl can't afford the dress, then the bride could pick up the tab and purchase the dress. That's just my thought.
Yeah, I wonder.
My thought.
But sometimes it depends. Sometimes I've seen those brides have about 10 or 12 girls in their wedding party.
Oh yeah.
And you're talking, man, if she's going to fork out $500 or $600 per dress, I don't know if it's even more now. That would be a pricey wedding party.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And actually, Yeah, I mean, I like your idea, but the thought of, if they did have that big of a wedding party, I think of these couples seriously that spend so much on one single wedding day where, just that one day they're spending tons of money and then that day goes by so fast. And then the next day you're married and you're back to reality. And who's paying for all that? So I wonder how, I just think of that some marriages might be getting off to a rough start if they go up too much into debt for that one wedding day.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Did you know that here's an interesting stat, and the first person I think of is Phil when I read this. Did you know that 3% of the North American population have never eaten Jell-O? Now, do you know why I think of Phil?
He's never eaten it before?
No. Don't you remember that he talked about when he used to do security and he used to work at the Ritz?
Oh, right.
That he had to go up to the people's room and make Jell-O in a bathtub.
Yeah.
Right?
And he said it took a number of boxes to fill up a bathtub.
A whole boatload.
Like, wasn't in the number of 38 boxes.
It was a whole boatload of boxes.
Sort of thing.
My question is, I want to know what flavor was the Jell-O.
We'll call it, maybe we can come up with a new brand. We'll call it Phil Jell-O.
Phil's,
Phil Jell-O.
Phil Jell-O. It is 6:47 on the Monday edition of the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news. Let's head over to the news desk. Bonnie is standing by. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. A group of Palm Beach County teachers are suing the school district over what they say is an unsafe reopening. WPTV's Derek Lowe tells us more.
The teacher we spoke with says that he's been using his sick days to teach remotely until he hopes a ruling is made ordering the transition back to remote learning.
Completely reckless and insensitive to the health and well-being of not only the students, but the teachers.
In Palm Beach County, a class action lawsuit is challenging the ability to be able to safely reopen brick and mortar schools.
Many of us teachers had requested right from the beginning to be placed on remote learning.
At the forefront of the legal filing is Steven Silberberg. He says after being granted a remote learning accommodation from the district's Human Resources Department, he and several other teachers were denied distance learning positions by their principals.
We can still have a lot of anxiety. I think this is going to be, we're going to be shuffling things around.
In an interview earlier this week, the school superintendent asked that everyone remain patient and said that the school district will continue to make any needed adjustments.
We've a lot of people who work in these buildings or in support roles who have teaching certifications are out in school helping cover classes.
Silberberg says if the lawsuit fails, he hopes the school district will at least require all current and future brick and mortar students to get tested for COVID-19.
What price can you put on a human life, whether it's $20, $30, but we need to do those tests first before we allow students and employees at risk back into the schools.
And through the first week of school, the district says there have been 16 positive COVID-19 cases, all from different campuses. That number includes 13 employees and 3 students. Reporting in West Palm Beach, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV, News Channel 5.
Florida hits another coronavirus milestone. More than 1,800 new cases reported yesterday, taking the total over the 700,000 mark. 10 additional fatalities were reported, and the statewide death toll is over 14,000. 2 Palm Beach County men were accused of trafficking fentanyl in Stewart. Eddie Evano, 22, and Mark Marcus, age 24, both of Delray Beach, were each arrested on a charge of trafficking fentanyl on Thursday. Evanu was also arrested on charges of possession of oxycodone and possession of Xanax. Stewart Police Department officers said Thursday afternoon they saw the pair in a sedan with a dark tint in the parking lot of a Wawa on Southeast Federal Highway in Stewart. Stewart Police Department officers said they stopped the vehicle and found Evanu and Marcus in the vehicle. Officers said when they stopped the men, they smelled marijuana coming from the vehicle. Police said they searched the vehicle the men were in and found 30 Xanax pills, 14 oxycodone pills, 4 grams of fentanyl. Evanow told police the oxycodone and Xanax were his. Both men are taken to the Martin County Jail where they remained on Sunday. Evanow and Marcus have $520,000 and $500,000 bail, respectively. And lastly, Ahead of the first debate stage matchup between President Donald Trump and his Democratic challenger Joe Biden, each campaign is promising a stark contrast in policy, personality, and preparation. Trump has decided to skip any formal preparation, and while Biden's team believes the significance of the debate may be exaggerated, the Democratic nominee has been aggressively preparing to take on the president. NFL really getting excited with so many teams now at 3-0, including the Buffalo Bills, who beat the LA Rams 35-32. The Vikings lose by a point to the Titans, but it puts the Titans at 3-0 for the season. Chicago Bears beat Atlanta 30-26. The Steelers beating Houston Texans 28-21. Green Bay wins in New Orleans. They win game number 3 now of the season. It was the New York Giants getting beat by the 49ers. Weird score, 36-9. Cleveland Browns take a win over Washington, 34-20. Brady and the Patriots win over the LA Raiders, 36-20. Other wins, they go to the Lions. The Colts win, the Seattle Seahawks, Tampa Bay, like we said. And our news time is 6:52. Weather and traffic together are next.
$6:54 the time right now on the Get Up and Go show on the Monday edition. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
The way it should be, it's a quiet Monday morning on the roads traffic-wise. One is good right now, and the major highways rolling right along. No accidents, no tie-ups. There's your latest look at traffic. It's a clear sky, too, this morning. 77 in Port St. Lucie. Over in Flagstaff, Arizona, 48 degrees. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Monday, my sunshines. Temperatures this morning starting off in the mid to upper 70s along the Treasure Coast with a few showers blowing in from off the ocean. This afternoon, highs in the upper 80s are feels-like temperatures in the upper 90s to triple digits. Mainly dry through late morning, then scattered showers and storms throughout the evening. Highs in the low 90s for tomorrow, heat index values in the triple digits. Morning sunshine followed by afternoon showers and storms. Wednesday, a front approaches the state, scattered showers and storms ahead of the front, then slow clearing throughout the day. Highs on Wednesday in the mid-80s. Thursday through Saturday, slightly cooler, drier air. Highs in the low to mid-80s, lots of sunshine with low humidity. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Do you have a suggestion for the show? Send us an email, wstushow@gmail.com. And now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
We're WSTU Stewart. We're Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next momentarily, and then hour number 2 of the Get Up and Go show. Lori Gaylord's going to be here from the Martin County School Board in the 8 o'clock hour, giving us an update of what's happening in Martin County. So don't you dare go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. If anything, turn it up, because riveting entertainment on the radio is going to be continuing right after the news.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
That's right. We're always broadcasting live from our palatial studios.
Boy, does he have a lot of chutzpah.
That's right. I've got a lot of chutzpah for a Monday morning.
I'll smack you.
Well, you better not smack me, because if you do, I might just smack you back.
Well, yeehaw!
That's right. Yeehaw.
What is chutzpah?
Chutzpah is a Jewish terminology. You have to look it up.
Will. Okay.
It's spelled CHUTZPAH.
Starts with a CH, but pronounced chutzpah.
You have to, like you're getting something out of your throat. In the Jewish side of me, because I'm half Jewish, it's chutzpah. That's the way you say it. Like Hanukkah, the proper pronunciation is Hanukkah.
It reminds me of Barbara Streisand in that movie, Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers was the movie. And
Barbara Streisand?
Yeah, she was one of the stars of that movie. And
Meet the Fockers? I don't think she was in that movie.
Yeah, she was.
Sure?
She was the mom of young Fokker.
Really?
Yep, the mom. And Dustin Hoffman played the dad, and they were free-spirited, lived down in Miami.
Okay, I have to look it up.
And she was telling somebody in the movie how to pronounce something, and she was kind of like doing that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Throat.
My bad. I apologize, Bonnie.
You're fine.
I'll publicly admit I was wrong. You're right. Not a problem.
Watch the movie, though. It's a million laughs. I must say I do like Meet the Parents better. Nothing beats the first movie, but this one was rather funny, too, when they went down and met the Fockers.
I'm sure it's a very good movie.
Oy!
Without a doubt.
Yeah. Yes, it is. But the memory is etched in me of Streisand, of just kind of like pronouncing things and clearing her throat, and with the throat thing.
Yeah, chutzpah is Hanukkah. It's different words are spelt in a different way. If you want to find out more, you can always talk to Rabbi Durbin. He will educate you when it comes to that, because if anybody's going to know, the rabbi's going to know.
Yeah.
And he'll tell you all about the chutzpah that goes on in his house
And
every
like
now and then.
Father Christian says, the best looking rabbi on this part of the river.
That's
And
right.
Yes, he is.
I don't know where the river is around here, but
Well, we got the St. Lucie out there.
yeah,
and
that's true.
the big Indian River.
Well, the
and
waterway's just out back over here
Yeah.
somewhere.
we are not low on waterway.
No, definitely not. Let's do some birthdays and anniversaries.
News on the radio. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
And as always, time for birthdays, anniversaries back in the day. Bonnie, what do you got for me this morning?
Happy birthday to our nephew, Gary's true nephew, Cameron.
Oh.
Who's my nephew too. And
Okay.
Cameron, I don't know if he wants me to say how young he turns today,
Oh,
but
go ahead and say how young he is.
he's having a hard time with it. He's
Really?
turning 30 this morning.
Oh my God, the Dirty 30. Okay. All right.
So-
Okay. He's a member of the Dirty 30 Club. Do you know his number?
Gary has it. I should have gotten it.
Let's
but
just call Gary and we'll do a three-way call. That's
I don't know. I know Gary's up in Adam getting his Monday started.
Is he? He's
Yeah.
already awake?
He gets up by 7, but I know
Okay.
he's, in the shower.
Okay.
So
So if we call Gary, we'll catch him in the shower.
probably.
That would be interesting.
I mean, I don't
Maybe we'll catch him singing in the
know
shower.
if he has his phone
Does
in
he
there.
sing in the shower?
I've never really heard that. No.
Okay. You might have to listen next time.
Yeah, I never heard
You know
him.
what you need to do is if he's singing in the shower, kind of put the phone up to the door and record it, and then bring it in, and we'll play it on the air.
I would be like, what's wrong with you?
Speaking of singing,
Who are you seeing?
Speaking of singing, Bonnie, there's a rumor going around. I got some emails over the weekend, and our continuity department is putting something together that pertains to you singing and covering different major bands.
Oh, wow. I don't know.
So they're going to be getting me this. They're sending me the promo Wednesday, and
Yeah.
we're gonna preview it on the show on Wednesday.
Wow. You think
'Cause-
it's going to make it? You think it
I
has
don't know
that margin?
because you're supposed to be. Rumor has it you're supposed to be at the Stewart Amphitheater.
Really?
Yes.
I would have stage fright. This is this is something I'm going to have a nightmare about tonight.
Rumor has it you're supposed to be in concert at the Stewart Amphitheater, wherever that is. I have no idea where that is, but rumor has it you're supposed to be covering some songs, and they're putting this promo reel together for a commercial that I'm supposed to play on our show on Wednesday.
Oh boy.
So, and it's got you singing.
A little preview of what could be up and coming.
Yeah, it's got you singing on the promo.
I feel sorry for the people that pay to see that, and I feel sorry for me.
Well,
that scares the bejesus
I
of
can't
me.
wait to hear this promo. I really can't.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be music to our ears too.
It's going to be great.
People are going to be turning off
you sound
their
pretty
radio.
darn good when you sing. I like when you sing.
Did our continuity department kind of do some editing and maybe improve the pipes on my already awesome sound?
I don't know, because you have awesome pipes, so you don't need to improve any sound at all.
Oh, I could never carry a tune. And then you grow up listening to the likes of Karen Carpenter, who had probably
Oh, now see, I bet you could do a great rendition of "We've Only Just Begun."
Oh, I wouldn't even want to try, because the late Karen Carpenter would be, she wouldn't be amused. No, it's hard voice, with talk or, vocals, tone or anything.
Yeah, but I'm sure I know that you could do that. I know you could. I know you have this great voice that, when you sing, it's music to my ears, honestly, and I don't mean that facetiously.
Do you have a little excerpt there of what could be up and coming?
No, because they haven't sent me anything yet.
Okay.
They're just going to send me the final product is what's going to happen.
Well, I'm not going to hum.
Well, here you go. There's the instrumental version.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Right?
Yeah.
See, I thought for sure you would sing along with this.
But that just touches my heart.
Does it really?
Yeah. Hearing an old melody like that's so beautiful, even without the words.
Okay.
Is kind of putting a soft spot in my heart.
Oh, there's the chorus. It's amazing what you can find on the internet.
Yeah. No, so like you as a dude.
I'm a dude. Here we go. Call me a dude again.
You are.
I'm a dude. You're a dudette.
So you and Phil are driving, and you're heading up north, or you're heading down to the Keys, and that song comes on the radio.
We've only just begun.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Are you guys?
That's not going to be what we're listening to if we're heading to the Keys.
You guys don't.
We're going to be listening to more something like "Ooh, I'm Driving My Life Away," or maybe Jerry Rafferty's "Right Down the Line."
Okay.
That's more like it. My buddy Mark, who's a radio DJ, we used to go to Orlando a lot in our younger days. And we used to go to Disney and hang out together. And we would always listen to Jerry Rafferty "Right Down the Line."
Oh,
that was like our theme song for cruising down the highway.
That's like a majorly good song. I like that and Baker Street.
Yeah. He would kill me if I called Mark right now live on the air.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to call him. I want to reminisce.
Let's call him and do that.
I want to reminisce.
Then he's going to tell me about the days when you guys really appreciated some Carpenters too while you were driving.
All right, let me see. Let me see if he's going to answer. Okay, I doubt if he will, but what the heck? I could lose a friend here, but why not? Let me see here.
Some people get funny about if you call them too early.
That's
I know.
all right.
You got to be careful.
He doesn't care. He's a pretty cool guy. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, that phone didn't work, so let's try this one. All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
You're never alone when you have two lines on your phone.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Let's see if he answers. Calling up a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
He's up at they got hit by the hurricane pretty bad too.
Oh, is he up north?
Yeah, he's up north.
Where Sally might have come?
Yeah, maybe he's answering. Oh man, I bet he didn't recognize the number, And that's why he hung up.
Yeah, I picture him like being in bed, rolling over to grab his phone and answering and then hanging right up. That's probably what he did.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm going to try one more time.
You got a third line to call him on? Even?
Oh, I got all sorts of numbers.
Call his house number 2.
Yeah. I just texted him, tell him it's me calling. So maybe he'll answer. We'll see. Then again,
hello, it's me.
Hold on. Let's see if he's going to answer. Trying to call it my ride or die buddy. No, he's probably not going to answer.
Yeah.
It's an hour earlier where he is too.
Yeah, and having probably having a busy morning already, and maybe wants to sleep that extra 10.
He programs like 5 radio stations.
Does he really?
Yeah, he does.
What state is that?
You reached Mark Matthews, Operation Manager for Cumulus Lake Charles.
Yeah, he's in Cumulus Lake Charles.
Lake Charles, Louisiana?
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's where he is.
I got to look at a map and see where Lake Charles is over that way. I lived in Natchitoches. I worked at country music radio and the kind of like a oldies rock station, KNOC over there.
All right. Frank Jonas, 20 years old today. That's the littlest Jonas Brothers.
Oh, he's like the youngest of the
baby
Jonas.
He's the baby Jonas.
He's only 20, like 20 years old, huh?
Hannah Mae Lee, 32 years old. That's Lily, the extremely quiet beatboxer in the Pitch Perfect movie.
I love that name, Lily.
Yeah, that's a pretty name.
It is.
Hillary Duff, 33 years old today. Kelsey on TV Land's younger, and she had a brief music career, but she got her start as Lizzie McGuire.
On The Guiding Light, I think. I remember her from a long, long time ago.
Yep. St. Vincent, 38 years old today. That's a Grammy Award winner. Bam Margera is 41. That's a skateboarder turned idiot, we'll say. There's another word there, but I'm not going to say it. Trying to be nice. Karen Fairchild, 51 years old today. Little Big Town, biggest hit, Girl Crush.
Yeah, Little Big Town, right?
Yeah, Little Big Town.
Go home and hear me some Little Big Town from Alexa today.
Yeah. Tell Alexa play Little Big Town.
Yes.
Carrie Otis, 52 years old today. That's Mickey Rourke, tourniqueted with her in Wild Orchid. Let's see here. Some of these names I don't even recognize that are having birthdays today.
There's
crazy. They just put anybody's name in here.
And like a lot of those social media people that are getting popular with their YouTubing, you might see Phil's name in there.
I don't know. Moon Zappa, Moon Unit Zappa, 53 years old today. We know who that is.
Yep,
Moon
that
Zappa.
one we recognize.
Yep.
Brother of Dweezil, right?
Yeah. Let's see here. Jeffrey Jones, 74 years old today, registered. See, here you go. They put this in here. This is no reason to read this guy's name. He's a registered sex offender who played Dean Rooney in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Jeffrey Jones. I don't remember him at all.
I don't remember him in that movie. He played Dean Rooney.
Yeah.
So who would have Dean Rooney?
I don't know, but in 2003, he was arrested for possession of child porn and employing a 14-year-old boy to pose for pornographic photographs.
Wow.
Bridget Bardot, 86 years old today. How about that one?
86?
Yeah, 86 years old today. Celebrating birthdays in the skies. Benny King. And see if I can do a good impression of this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Liverpool, please welcome, here they are, the Beatles. Who was that?
That was John Lennon, right?
No, that was Ed Sullivan.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I
that
guess.
was a bad imitation of Ed Sullivan.
I guess John Lennon would introduce the Beatles, but he might have at one time. I thought you were doing the his like that English accent with the whole John Lennon thing.
No,
there.
We'd have to get our friend over in England to do that.
I know.
Today is National Neighbor Day, so make sure and knock on your neighbor's door and take them over a cake. Bake them a cake. Give them something.
Yeah.
It's National Neighbor Day, so love thy neighbor.
Do something nice for your neighbor.
From today, Bonnie, it's going to be National Coming Out Day. National Coming Out Day, so everybody's going to come out of the closet and admit whether they're on the left side of the fence, the right side of the fence, or straight down the middle.
All right, 13 more days.
13 more days till National Coming Out Day. 7:21, Monday edition of the Get Up and Go Show. It's time for news. Here's Bonnie.
Well, thank you, Evan. A new tool will soon be deployed in an attempt to kill blue-green algae. Florida Gulf Coast University's Everglades Wetland Research Park in Naples received a $1 million grant from the Florida Department of Environmental Protection to see if buoys equipped with sonic technology can to kill harmful algae, also known as cyanobacteria, in ponds and small lakes. Now, if the technology works on a small scale, the next step will be to see if it works on a large scale too, like killing algae in water leaving Lake Okeechobee and heading for the St. Lucie County estuary. President Trump is coming back to Florida. The Trump campaign announcing it will hold a rally Friday night at Orlando Sanford International Airport. Meanwhile, Trump's former campaign manager is being held at a hospital in South Florida. That after Brad Parscale barricaded himself in his Fort Lauderdale home.
Parscale's wife reportedly called police after he was threatening to harm himself. His wife told officers he was armed. The South Florida Sun-Sentinel reports Parscale didn't threaten police and was taken to a hospital under Florida's Baker Act that allows police to detain people who potentially pose a threat to themselves or others. Dean Muccio, NBC News Radio.
President Donald Trump paid no federal income taxes in 10 of the past 15 years, according to a report in the New York Times. The Sunday report said he paid $750 in taxes to the federal government the year he was elected, 2016, and $750 again his first year in office. And Trump has fiercely guarded his tax filings, becoming the only president in modern times not to make them public. Trump's financial disclosures indicated he earned at least $434.9 million in 2018, but the tax filings reported a $47.4 million loss. The disclosure comes at a pivotal moment weeks before a divisive election with early voting underway. During a briefing on Sunday night, Trump was asked about the story and his taxes. He replied, "Fake news, it's totally fake news." Ahead of the first debate stage matchup between President Donald Trump and his Democratic challenger, Joe Biden, each campaign is promising a stark contrast in policy, personality, and preparation. Trump has decided to skip any formal preparation, and while Biden's team believes the significance of the debate may be exaggerated, the Democratic nominee has been aggressively preparing to take on the president. And lastly, Florida hits another coronavirus milestone. More than 1,800 new cases reported yesterday, taking the total over the 700,000 mark. 10 additional fatalities were reported, and the statewide death toll is over 14,000. The Miami Marlins clinched an improbable playoff berth in their coronavirus-decimated season, beating the New York Yankees 4-3 in 10 innings on Friday night to seal a postseason trip on the field of the team that Miami CEO Derek Jeter and manager Don Mattingly once captained. Miami earned its first postseason trip since 2003 when it won the World Series as the Florida Marlins, capped by a Game 6 victory in the Bronx over Jeter and his New York teammates at the previous version of Yankee Stadium. And some scores, too, included Kansas City beating Detroit 3-1, Padres beat the Giants 5-4, Houston Astros lose to the Rangers 8-4, and the Washington Nationals, wow, they were all over the New York Mets 15-5. Also, it was the Chicago Cubs beating the Chicago White Sox by a score of 10-8. Our news time is 7:25. Weather and traffic together are coming up.
7:26 news time right now. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
And you're heading out on a Monday morning. The roads are looking very good right now. Just look for the school buses and the school children throughout St. Lucie and Martin counties and slow down in the slow school zones. Otherwise, it's a good ride. There's your latest look at traffic. And right now in Stuart, 79, in Porvoo, Finland this morning, 61. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Monday, my sunshines. Temperatures this morning starting off in the mid to upper 70s along the Treasure Coast with a few showers blowing in from off the ocean. This afternoon, highs in the upper 80s are feels like temperatures in the upper 90s to triple digits. Mainly dry through late morning, then scattered showers and storms throughout the evening. Highs in the low 90s for tomorrow, heat index values in the triple digits. Morning sunshine followed by afternoon showers and storms. Wednesday, a front approaches the state, scattered showers and storms ahead of the front, then slow clearing throughout the day. Highs on Wednesday in the mid-80s. Thursday through Saturday, slightly cooler, drier air. Highs in the low to mid-80s, lots of sunshine with low humidity. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
7:30 on the Get Up and Go show, and it's time for our usual segment we like to call Stupid News.
And now it's time for Stupid News.
It's so stupid and awesome.
Where we ask the important questions.
Are some people too stupid to live?
Why are people so stupid?
Are you effing stupid?
It's like one of my favorite things. Phil loves this. He does. He loves this music.
It kind of puts some happiness into your step. I'm seeing why Phil is digging it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
It makes me happy. It's like on a high note every time you hear it.
Yeah. And boy, do we have some stupid news for Monday. It's good stuff. Like really super stupid.
First of all, did you see anything stupid this weekend, Evan? Anything on the stupid side?
Oh, yeah. All everywhere.
All over?
Yeah, everywhere.
Too much to tell?
Yeah, way too much to tell.
Yeah, I didn't see very much stupidity over my weekend.
Let's go to Tampa, Florida. Devin Garrett is what you'd call a Tampa Bay Lightning superfan. So obviously he brought a lot of passion watching his favorite hockey team in the Stanley Cup Finals. But he was a little shocked when police suddenly showed up at his door during the middle of the game. And it seems that in one first period sequence, when Victor Hedman controlled the puck in the Lightning's offensive zone, Garnett and two friends began screaming, quote, "Shoot, shoot," at the television. That apparently prompted a neighbor to call the cops.
Oh, yeah.
Minutes later, a handful of Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputies were at their doorstep, and Garnett said, quote, "So they came to the door and thought there were guns in the house. We're like, nope, we're just screaming for Steven Stamkos." With that, the cops went on their way.
Neighbors did not know that they were living next to a huge party of hockey fans.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely so.
I could see the mistake.
Let's go to North London over in, I don't know if this is in our friends area or not, but hundreds of volunteers have stripped and posed naked in a North London park, all in the name of art, wearing nothing but a white face mask. Some 220 volunteers gathered at the Alexandra Palace to take part in the Everyone Together art installation organized by a gentleman named Spencer Tunick. Tunick, who is known for bringing hundreds and sometimes thousands of people together to pose for striking mass nude photographs, positioned volunteers at least 6 feet apart, according to social distancing guidelines.
Would that be kind of creepy to you? You know, like if you went to someone like that, somewhere like that, and this guy is, I know, seriously, part of you wants to say, listen, he really does love his art and maybe wants you to strike a pose. But part of me would be thinking when I would strike that pose, like,
I'm thinking I'm like Madonna. I'm thinking like I'd be like Madonna. Strike a pose. Vote. I would vote.
She's a little artsy herself.
I don't think the guy's a perv. I mean, it's an art.
I mean,
but it is strange and it is stupid.
Yeah, and it is an art. But I would be in the back of my mind. I would be wondering. Yeah.
A woman named Kashida Parker sold shoes, clothing, sunglasses, jewelry, perfumes and colognes, watches, hats, and face masks at a brand new thrift store that she just opened up.
Oh, I want to go.
Okay. Only problem is that they were falsely branded, like Louis Vuitton, Pink, Versace, Chanel, Burberry, Gucci,
no kidding,
Fendi, Cartier, Nike, Champion, NFL, NBA, and NCAA. The business originated on Facebook, but eventually grew so big that she had to open a new storefront in Columbia, South Carolina.
Wow, it expanded.
All right, but authorities obtained a search warrant for the store and Parker's residence and discovered $316,315 worth of counterfeit merchandise.
Yeah, I guess you can
they busted her.
Put that, Gucci brand, and even though you put the Gucci label on it or the Cartier Nike label on it, doesn't mean it's Nike. Doesn't mean it's going to be Cartier. Wow.
Yep.
That is something. One? Yep.
Pretty interesting, huh?
I always see that commercial. They're always like those people in that dress on TV. They play this commercial like 3 times in a row for this high-end brand name stuff that's actually a consignment.
Yeah.
And you can order it.
Yep.
You've seen that ad, right? With the I think they have like 5 models on there, and they're really tall models of just wearing this stuff that I don't even know if I'd wear anywhere.
Yep. Let's go to where am I going here? Let me see where the dateline is on this one. All right, let me read this through. This is a good one. The title says Hot Tea. Tommy Puluyev was at a Roseville Starbucks last month when he says the lid on his hot tea came loose and drink spilled all over his hands, stomach, thighs, and genitalia area. It fell off the windowsill and then came over on him, his attorney said. There's 3rd-degree burns on his fingers, 2nd and 3rd-degree burns on his pelvic area and groin area. Lawsuit says that the 24-year-old spent 11 days in the burn unit at UC Davis Medical Center. His injuries were so severe, according to his attorney, that intimacy is now painful and awkward, and he can no longer play the piano.
Well, those sound like some real burns, don't they? It sounds
all
like
over
he was
a cup
in a
of hot tea.
It sounds like he was kind of in a bad way, though. I mean, I mean, I did hear of that one lady, spilling the coffee through a McDonald's drive-through and spilling the coffee.
I don't know.
But it sounds like if it burned is it saying his pelvic area,
His
and
groin,
and
yeah, everywhere.
and spending a days even at a burn unit for
11
this?
days.
11 days.
11 days at a burn unit.
I mean,
Come on, Bonnie, think about
you
that.
would think that they
11 days. The guy's wearing pants. Hot tea pours on his pants. The pants absorb it before it gets to his skin. Come on.
I don't know if he had to spend time at a burn unit.
Yeah.
Maybe he was really burnt. I mean, I wasn't there. I didn't see his burns, so I'm not to say he's up to something.
Yeah.
Could be, but it sounds like, I mean, and to go to a burn unit, wouldn't you think you'd have to have some serious burns on you to be accepted in there? Like, come on in.
I could understand if the tea was that darn hot, it would, maybe burn his hands a little bit, but not to where it gives him second and third degree burns. And then he's got to stay 11 days in a burn unit.
Wow.
That's a little over exaggerating.
And it sounds like the coffee spilled off of a windowsill.
Yeah.
And the moment you said that, I wondered if there was like a ghost on that windowsill tipping that coffee over.
Why are you putting hot tea on a windowsill? I have no idea. That's why you sit at a table, you put your beverage on the table and not the windowsill. So that's his own damn fault. That's the way I look at it.
I don't know. I just can't figure out why the coffee spilled off the windowsill or how it fell. I don't know.
Make sense why the tea fell off the windowsill. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I just don't get it. I mean, it's pretty simple. Pretty simple. Anyway, here's something interesting. A Louisiana man who was found to have a loaded pistol in his buttocks area during a jail strip search.
Wow, loaded even.
Yeah.
Loaded.
Yeah. He pleaded guilty to weapons and contraband charges. Justin Savoy, 24 years old, was arrested for a pair of felony counts and a misdemeanor charge in connection with a arrest late last year at his residence. Apparently, when authorities came and arrested them, he hid a small pistol inside his buttocks area, in between his cheeks.
Wow.
When they took him to jail and they strip searched him, they found the gun.
Oh, man.
Imagine if the trigger would have went off.
He had a crackly weapon back there.
Right?
Yeah. And could you imagine?
Imagine if he had to let gas out.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let more than gas out.
Oh, my
Bullets
gosh.
would be flying.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's go to
you can't make up these stories.
You can't. This is serious stuff. This is serious stuff. I'm telling you, man. I pull this right from the news.
I'm glad you're pulling it from the news and not from somewhere else.
Yeah, thank you. Not my behind. Pulling a gun out my butt.
Wow.
Let's go to your home state, Bonnie. We haven't been there in a while.
Yeah, Wisconsin.
Yeah, police in Wisconsin responded to an early morning call from a woman who said her boyfriend became trapped in a pair of handcuffs in an apparent case of romance gone awry.
Oh.
Think about that one for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, think. Let that sit in for a minute.
It's
Okay.
making me think of an episode from Sex Sent Me to the ER.
Okay, think of that for a minute. The Milwaukee police said officers responded to a home at 4:30 in the morning this past Friday. This happened this past Friday to help a couple having difficulty with a pair of handcuffs. They were in the heat of the moment when the girl apparently handcuffed her boyfriend to the bedpost and forgot where she put the key.
Shoot.
So they couldn't find the key. So what do you do when you can't find the key? Well, you call the cops because they got a handcuff key.
Okay.
Cops walked in the door, saw the guy chained to the bedpost, hands over his head.
Wow.
Handcuffs around the ankles to the other bedpost.
Yeah.
And he's laying there naked as a jaybird.
I would have looked seriously, wouldn't you look to try to find a hatchet or an axe first? And,
I don't know if I'd be flinging an axe to try to get handcuffs off, because you could be swinging that thing and you could be knocking something else off instead.
I don't know. If I were the guy, I would be saying, find that axe, honey, but aim very well.
Yeah. I don't know.
Use good aim now.
I don't know. But just imagine you're a law enforcement officer. You go to knock on the door and the lady answers and she's got a robe on and she goes, we have a little problem. Houston, we have a problem. And she brings the officer in the bedroom and here's the guy chained up on the bed.
Wow.
Cop says, oh boy. What would you do if you were a cop and you walked into that?
Wow. I don't know. I would ask for a blindfold, maybe.
Pretty interesting. I'll have to ask my daughter that one.
Yeah.
What she would do.
It would be quite the awkward situation.
What her thoughts would be.
Whether you would be the officer or the guy lying there, and the woman too. I mean, I think everybody would feel completely awkward in that situation.
One of Basio's up this morning. I could call him and ask him his thoughts.
Basio's
Could
probably...
you imagine his? No, then again, he'd have to give a very conservative opinion because this is his hometown.
You never know. You never know what he might have to offer.
Yeah. Let's go to Oklahoma. 28-year-old Emily Owings of Enid, Oklahoma, was pulled over last week for not wearing her seatbelt. The only form of ID she had was her medical marijuana card. And when the cops ran her name, they found out she had a suspended driver's license.
Oh.
But she asked them to just let her go for two reasons. One, it was her birthday. And two, she said, quote, I've got to poop real bad.
Oh, wow.
Then the cops found she also had a warrant in another county for fighting a police officer. So they started to arrest her, and she decided to hit on the gas and speed off.
Wow.
The cops caught her after a high-speed chase and arrested her on several felony charges. As they were arresting her, she asked, quote, can I poop in your car, man? There's no word on whether she did that or not.
Talk about having a bad day.
Yeah, pretty crappy day.
Yeah, and making one crappy decision right after another.
There you go.
Making it worse.
There you go. And finally, our last stupid news story of the morning. Let's go to North Dakota, where police were called to a home on Monday of last week, around 8 o'clock in the evening, for a report of a domestic dispute. Investigation at the scene revealed that John Hoffman, 57, hit a woman in the home for reportedly making him leftovers for his birthday dinner. How about that one? Making leftovers for his birthday dinner.
Yeah, I mean, nobody should be hit, whatsoever for any reason.
Why would you call the police for making leftovers for somebody's birthday dinner?
Yeah.
The guy was angry.
Well, he should have coughed.
He hit the woman, though.
He should have coughed up some money and took her out to eat.
Yeah.
Took her out. If he was so upset.
Yeah. So, and that's your stupid news for a Monday morning.
A knucklehead right there, Evan.
Yeah. So from stupid news, we switch over to the not so stupid news. Here's Bonnie this morning.
Thank you, Evan. A group of Palm Beach County teachers are suing the school district over what they say is an unsafe reopening. WPTV's Derek Lowe tells us more.
The teacher we spoke with says that he's been using his sick days to teach remotely until he hopes a ruling is made ordering the transition back to remote learning.
Completely reckless and insensitive to the health and well-being of not only the students, but the teachers.
In Palm Beach County, a class action lawsuit is challenging the ability to be able to safely reopen brick and mortar schools.
Many of us teachers had requested right from the beginning to be placed on remote learning.
At the forefront of the legal filing is Steven Silberberg. He says after being granted a remote learning accommodation from the district's Human Resources Department, he and several other teachers were denied distance learning positions by their principals.
I think it's still a lot of anxiety. I think we're going to be shuffling things around.
In an interview earlier this week, the school superintendent asked that everyone remain patient and said that the school district will continue to make any needed adjustments.
We've a lot of people who work in these buildings or in support roles who have teaching certifications are out in school helping cover classes.
Silberberg says if the lawsuit fails, he hopes the school district will at least require all current and future brick and mortar students to get tested for COVID-19.
What price can you put on a human life, whether it's $20, $30, but we need to do those tests first before we allow students and employees at risk back into the schools.
And through the first week of school, the district says there have been 16 positive COVID-19 cases, all from different campuses. That number includes 13 employees and 3 students. Reporting in West Palm Beach, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV, News Channel 5.
President Trump is coming back to Florida. The Trump campaign announcing it will hold a rally Friday night at Orlando Sanford International Airport. Meanwhile, Trump's former campaign manager is being held at a hospital in South Florida. That after Brad Parscale barricaded himself in his Fort Lauderdale home.
Parscale's wife reportedly called police after he was threatening to harm himself. His wife told officers he was armed. The South Florida Sun-Sentinel reports Parscale didn't threaten police and was taken to a hospital under Florida's Baker Act that allows police to detain people who potentially pose a threat to themselves or others. Dean Muccio, NBC News Radio.
2 Palm Beach County men were accused of trafficking fentanyl in Stewart. Eddie Evano, age 22, and Mark Marcus, 24, both of Delray Beach, were each arrested on a charge of trafficking fentanyl on Thursday. Evano was also arrested on charges of possession of oxycodone and possession of Xanax. Stewart Police Department officers said Thursday afternoon they saw the pair in a sedan with a dark tint in the parking lot of a Wawa in Stewart. Stewart Police Department officers said they stopped the vehicle and found Evano and Marcus in the vehicle. Officers said when they stopped the men, they smelled marijuana coming from the vehicle. Police said they searched the vehicle, then men were in and found 30 Xanax pills, 14 oxycodone pills, 4 grams of fentanyl. Evano told police the oxycodone and Xanax were his. Both men were taken to the Martin County Jail where they remained on Sunday. Evano and Marcus have $520,000 and $500,000 bail, respectively. Lastly, SpaceX has a rocket launch planned for 10:22 this morning, and launch conditions are 60% go. A Falcon 9 rocket will carry Starlink satellites into low Earth orbit as part of a plan to spread broadband internet around the world. United Launch Alliance is planning to launch a Delta IV Heavy rocket at 12:02 in the a.m., and SpaceX has another launch set for late tomorrow night. The LA Lakers finished off the Denver Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals on Saturday, and that means that LeBron James will make his 10th trip to the NBA Finals. Now, that's something very few people can say, and those people do not include Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Shaq, Larry Bird, or Magic Johnson. Only 3 other players have done it. It's Bill Russell, Sam Jones, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Of course, in the NBA, the Heat beat the Boston Celtics to win the Eastern Conference, and they will take on the Lakers on Wednesday night. News time is 7:49. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$7:50 on the Get Up and Go show, the Monday edition. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
We don't have any accidents, so you're heading out on a Monday morning. It's a nice ride. This includes the Turnpike right now, I-95, US 1. There's your latest look at traffic. It's 77, partly cloudy in Port St. Lucie, and in Morgantown, West Virginia, 62 and partly cloudy. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Monday, my sunshines. Temperatures this morning starting off in the mid to upper 70s along the Treasure Coast with a few showers blowing off the ocean. This afternoon, highs in the upper 80s are feels-like temperatures in the upper 90s to triple digits. Mainly dry through late morning, then scattered showers and storms throughout the evening. Highs in the low 90s for tomorrow, heat index values in the triple digits. Morning sunshine followed by afternoon showers and storms. Wednesday, a front approaches the state, scattered showers and storms ahead of the front, then slow clearing throughout the day. Highs on Wednesday in the mid-80s. Thursday through Saturday, slightly cooler, drier air. Highs in the low to mid-80s, lots of sunshine with low humidity. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
The Get Up and Go Show would love to hear from you, live on air. Give them a call at any time. Now let's get back to the program. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Get ready for the most important drug of 2020, Pandemicil. Pandemicil doesn't treat any of the issues from COVID-19, but it does bring relief to just about everything else. Warning, side effects include lethargy, depression, drowsiness, bankruptcy, enlarged butt cheeks, spontaneous combustion, bad breath in a mask, foot fungus, ordering from DoorDash, paralysis, anger. You may discover you married the wrong person, seizures, testicle erosion, detached retina from watching too much TikTok. Stop taking Pandemicil if you experience suicidal thoughts, or if you start wondering why you ever had children in the first place. Loss of teeth, erectile dysfunction, wine addiction, beer addiction, pot addiction, Netflix addiction, complete disdain of Zoom meetings, anal leakage, may cause walking dogs in bathrobes. Other side effects include constipation, clubfoot, web feet, lockjaw, and brain damage. It's time to take control of your life. Like that's even possible. Don't even ask your doctor if Pandemicil is right for you. He'll just stick a swab up your nose and tell you to stay home. Pandemicil, once daily for a more tolerable, pathetic existence. It might kill you, but then again, it might not.
Pandemicil.
Yeah. And
Interesting medicine.
Isn't that the truth? I mean, when you're watching these commercials for something like a little pill you take that's supposed to help you, it has a million other side effects, a million other little disclaimers telling you what you could get by taking it.
Totally agree.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Totally agree.
Oi!
I think Pandemicil should not be for everybody. There should be a disclaimer there. That's right. Oh, we got a phone call. That's like on cue. No idea who this is. Morning. Who's this? Ah, look who it is. It's our favorite guy on a Monday. Fredo.
On Monday.
Freaky Fredo. What's happening, Fredo?
Hey, Evans, I can't wait for that commercial because Fredo Productions is the one that's doing this with Bonnie.
Oh,
wow.
So that's who our continuity department hired to put the promo together. Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right. So you're working very hard on this. So I should watch my email box late Tuesday evening for that, correct?
Yeah, man. And I'm the one putting up the money when she starts singing at the Stewart Amphitheater. Yeah, man.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're funding, so you're renting the Stewart Amphitheater for this event.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I'm going to be bringing in some cash for me and her. Yeah.
Okay.
Man. Wow.
Okay. How much are tickets going to be?
About $100. Yeah, $100. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Bonnie,
Talk
you
about-
command a high price tag.
Talk about the pressure. I'm
Wow.
starting to sweat knowing I'm going to be doing this and that Fredo is behind the whole production
Yeah,
of it.
Fredo Productions.
I got to put
Yeah,
a little
man.
bit of faith in you, Fredo. I mean, I'm sure it'll be perfect. Perfect.
And
once
watch
it's
how you
done.
say that, perfect, because,
Yeah.
you know, Big Kitty might want to get involved too,
Oh, good gosh.
right?
Yeah. Not only am I
Yeah,
going to do
man.
some awful singing, but it's going to be a little stand-up comedy from Big Kitty.
I don't know. I mean, rumor has it Big Kitty may make an appearance during the concert.
Wait, she is doing the opening act on the show. She's going to be doing her stand-up comedy.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
Big Kitty is doing her stand-up comedy?
Yeah, man.
Oh, wow.
That'll be a good fuzzy warm-up.
Okay. No pun intent
No.
there.
No.
Good. Feel like having a fuzzy kitty warm you up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. What's on the agenda for you today, Mr. Fredo?
Well, I called also to tell you I had a story similar to about that, that guy that was handcuffed to the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that down in Fort Lauderdale one time.
Okay.
I met some girl in that club.
Yeah.
She wanted to bring the handcuffs out. Next thing you know, she took off all my clothes and my money.
What?
Oh!
Wow.
Yeah, man.
She left you hanging. No pun intent.
Yeah,
okay.
man.
Okay. All right. Wow.
Not cool. Not cool at all.
Not cool at all. Except just a cool breeze going by in the wind.
Did you learn your lesson?
Did you learn your lesson?
Oh, of course not.
I didn't think so. You're still
Yeah.
doing that same nasty hibbity dibbity.
Hibbity dibbity.
All
Yeah,
right, whatever
man.
you want to call it. All right, Fredo, we're up against top of the hour, which means that news is coming up next. Thank you so much for checking in, and we'll see you here in studio on Wednesday with everybody else.
You got it.
All right,
Bye-bye.
thanks a lot. He said goodbye to you.
Oh, goodbye, Fredo.
All
I
right.
didn't hear him right. I was thinking
right.
about the
All right.
great performance in the music
All right,
he
we're
does.
WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the Get Up and Go Show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
8:07 on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie, and it's time for our weekly visit with Martin County School Superintendent Lori Gaylord, who in just a few weeks is not going to be visiting with us anymore because she is retiring. And we're going to officially announce on the radio, on our program, talk a little bit about her person that's going to be stepping in as Lori enjoys retirement life. Hi, Lori. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Well, I can still call in if you want me to.
Oh, listen. I may even ask you to come and co-host as a guest co-host one morning, but you'd have to be here at like 5:30. You know.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. I think I could do it once in a while. I'm not a morning person. I'm more of a night person.
Okay, that would be fun to have you as a guest co-host for one day when Bonnie's not here.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I always like having guest co-hosts in here. So you're counting the days down. It's like down to 40-something days now, right?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't have the exact days and hours. I should probably do that. But I've had no time to do that. I mean, this has been busy, and this is it's not just been your typical school year, start of the school year this year.
Right. It's unlike anything anybody's ever imagined this year.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been, and I can't say enough about how our team has worked to be able to have school in person happen and to be able to move forward with this, unfortunately, pandemic that we're experiencing. And, there's nobody around that has experienced this. When you look at the way that schools have had to open, and I see the other states that as they open and they're experiencing the same issues. This is, I believe we're starting our 7th week of school. So
can't believe it's been 7 weeks already.
Yeah, I know. So how's your son doing?
He's doing good. Gavin's doing well in school. There doesn't really seem to be any issues over at Treasure Coast High School. He's comfortable. He's very comfortable. He goes to school. He's a senior, so he gets senior privilege. So some days he gets out at 10:48, and some days he gets out at 12:48 because they go with the what's called block scheduling. So it's like gold day, black day, gold day, black day. So that's how that works. So otherwise, things are good there. Let's talk a little bit about, for a moment, before we get into how things are in the school system itself, let's talk about the person that's going to be stepping in your shoes, if you would.
Well, the board selected last Tuesday evening, the board selected their new superintendent. His name is Dr. John Millay, and he comes from Kentucky.
Wow.
So he will be coming to Martin County. He will be moving to Martin County. And taking over the reins is his first official day, November 17th.
Okay, very good. Do we know where in Kentucky he's from, just out of curiosity?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's outside Louisville, but I'm not really sure.
Okay, one of my good friends lives in Kentucky. That's why I was asking.
Okay, yeah. I really don't know. I know that he's got 3 children. He's got a Wildcat and then a university. There's University of Kentucky and Louisville, I believe he said. So I don't know what they are. I know he's got a Wildcat though, and then he has another. So he's got 3 children, and they're older. They're grown children, so he won't be having them enter the Martin County school system. But I think we're really excited. And everybody says he's very tall and he's a very nice gentleman.
Oh boy, very tall.
Very tall.
We'll have to heighten the door frame. In fact, we're going to have both of you here in studio with us on the Monday before, the week before. Both of you will be live in studio here, so this way we can do the official. We call it our official transfer of power here via the radio show, where you will transfer the power and the reins over to him live on the radio.
Yep. You know what? I've talked to him about, some of the offices and responsibilities I hold in the community, and he seems really eager and happy to be able to take over those reins. So I'm sure that he'll be happy to take over the radio show as well. So I think it'll be great for the district to be able to continue to have their news, and also for you guys to have the new guy. And I'm sure Dr. Millay will be really excited to be able to do that.
Yeah, I'm really excited to have him on and meet him in person, and give him a little fist bump or an elbow bump when you guys are here in studio and get to know him.
We're excited to really meet him and finally meet you too, Lori. And
I know
I got a little puzzled. Now back to this Wildcat thing. Is he a fan of a team of the Wildcats?
Well, there's the Kentucky Wildcats, and you have the Louisville Cardinals, and that comes. My friend George in Kentucky just texted me.
Oh, I wondered if he was bringing an actual Wildcat down here to Florida.
He's not bringing a Wildcat down. No,
I think that must be like the Gators and the Seminoles.
Yes,
I would think.
Same premise. You have the Kentucky Wildcats and the Louisville Cardinals. We don't want to start. My God, the poor guy hasn't even gotten here in Florida yet, and we're already insinuating that he's got a wildcat as an animal for a pet. Oh my gosh!
He's bringing his Wildcat enthusiasm.
We don't want to start those rumors.
I wondered because I think I heard Lori say he's bringing a Wildcat, and that's his Wildcat enthusiasm for the team.
Yeah, that's the mascot for the Kentucky Wildcats, University of Kentucky.
It is a Cardinal. So he did say that he has a Cardinal and a Wildcat. So yes.
Well, you know what that now. You know what that means that he said that? He must have. Probably his kids are college age, I would assume, right? So he probably has one child going to Louisville and one child going to Kentucky.
Yes,
so that's probably
that's
what he meant, that he's bringing a Cardinal and he's bringing a Wildcat.
That's
so
probably
folks, you can calm down. He's not bringing any wild animals down to the state of Florida.
He's not Tiger King.
No.
He's the superintendent, not Tiger King.
Exactly.
And it's okay. He's not bringing a gator, a Seminole, or a cane.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. There you go. There you go. So on that note, now that we've clarified that with our listening audience, that they'll get a normal superintendent coming in place of you, let's talk a little bit about what's been going on in the school system. I know you weren't here last week, so we missed having you last week. So what's been going on over the last week or two in the schools?
Well, as we continue school, I mean, like I said, here we are. We're starting our 7th week, and we continue to quarantine kids out of school and then transition them to their remote learning. And after their quarantine period is over, they come back to school. So they're kind of in and out. And this, fortunately, I have not heard of, a big weekend. We have quarantines every weekend that work with the health department. That trace down. They contact all the contacts of the person, the individual, and who they may have been in contact with, that has turned out to be a lot of work. That's why we have a different team every single weekend. But it's important for kids to be able, and the parents know, that if they are sick, and we continue to say this, that if you are sick, have any symptoms, if you have a sore throat, you have, scratchy throat and, nose is running and a cough, stay home, because even if it's something else, it's probably something that would be spreadable at that point in time. So we don't want other people to be sick. And so, we've quarantined school from August 11th over 800 students.
Wow.
But that doesn't mean that 800 students have tested positive.
Right.
And so, that's the big thing is people, it's all over the country, how many cases are quarantined positive, and the number of quarantine cases of students or staff does not equal the number of positive or presumed positive cases.
Yeah,
we keep saying that over and over.
People don't understand that, Lori, because they think right away when the students are going to home learning and they're quarantining, it doesn't necessarily mean that they have COVID-19. It's just they're erring on the side of caution because they have been exposed to somebody that possibly may have had it. So it's better be safe than sorry and keep the child home for 14 days.
Yes, that's exactly what's happening. And out of the over 800 kids, there's only been like 56 positive or presumed positive cases.
Mm-hmm.
So out of our entire student population, it's still less than 1%.
Right.
So it's not a high number. So, but we still have, kids had the option to come back to school if they wanted to after the first 4 weeks of school, and some students did, and some students they've remained, and so that those students that have continued to remote learn, those that are in school have remained somewhat consistent there.
Mm-hmm.
About 65% of our students are in school attending, and the 35% are still home remotely learning. So, but again, we cannot stress enough for families to be diligent about monitoring their health and their children's health, and do keep them home, because the cases that we are seeing are not being introduced on the campus. It's really coming from outside in the community. And as you see these colleges and things, and the students that participate in those risky behaviors, where
Yes.
you have many, many students together, sleepovers and Disney World and big congregations of students, that's really what is, continuing to spread. And so, we just urge parents to be diligent about trying to reduce that spread. And we want all the students to be in school, because, we are there for a purpose.
Right.
We are there for their education. And, when it goes back and forth to home, it's a disruption for everybody. But, and that's why the remote learning at home, and the students, and the teachers continuing to Zoom their lessons at home, students have to take advantage of that. And we also encourage parents to be diligent about their students attending school if they're remote learners at home.
Right, exactly.
Signing on in the morning and participating in their classes.
It's just like you're going to school, except you're just doing it from home. You wear your clothes that you wear to school, and you respect the teacher just like you're in school, and except you're just sitting in the confines of your own four walls with a computer. That's the only difference.
Exactly. And so, attendance does matter. And so we strongly encourage the students to be signing in every day, even if they're a remote learner. So,
I read something in the news last week, Laura, you'll get a kick out of this one. There was a kid, and please, and I'm going to disclaim this first by saying, parents, don't give any ideas to your kids, or kids, if you're listening, don't try this at home, because you will get caught just like this person did. This one student recorded a video loop of himself moving around in front of a camera, and then he played it while he was taking his Zoom class, and it just played over and over, and he didn't get caught for weeks until he finally got caught, and they actually expelled him is what they did.
Yep. Well, and that didn't happen in Martin County.
No,
I would have known about that.
No, it was on the other side of the country. I'll tell you that.
Okay,
much.
good.
It was way on the other side of the country.
Right. So, but yeah, so it's important. It's just, like any other day, you come to school, or else you turn on your computer. So, and if you're sick, stay home.
Yeah. And it's like Lori says, if you don't feel good, keep your child home. We keep a digital thermometer on our countertop at home. So every morning when Gavin gets up, he takes his temperature, makes sure that it's under, it's at least 98.6 or less. And then my wife will ask him, are you okay? Any sore throat, headaches, aches, pains? Nope. Okay. You can go to school, go do what you got to do. And that's it.
And isn't it amazing that now that we pay attention to this, I take my temperature every day. We have inside of our office building, we've got masks and extra masks in case you forget one. We've got the hand sanitizer, and we've got the thermometer. And so now that I've gotten used to taking my temperature every day, you see what it is. And so you can, obviously notice that if there's a spike in your temperature, you're going to say, whoa. Fortunately for me, it's been consistent all along.
Same
and
here,
we do have we do have that screening tool available. It's a daily symptom screening tool that's available on our website at martinschools.org. If parents want to go over the list of symptoms and guidelines for potential exposure, that they could have, like you're saying, if you do that daily check every single day with your son. And so to be able to look at that, hey, do you, oh, I notice you're coughing, you're running, do you have a sore throat? Things like that. And, that's when you should keep your children home.
Yeah, and even if your child is feeling a little sluggish, if you notice a change in their everyday behavior, these are all little red flags that can go up, that you can, that can be prevented. Just keep your kid home. If your kid doesn't feel good, keep your child home. Pretty simple.
Right. So, and then, kind of refrain from having those large gatherings on the weekend and parties. And so, and you know what, the students are so happy to be back at school. They're not complaining about wearing their mask just because they're happy to see their friends.
Yeah.
But on the weekend, when I've seen some people post some things on Facebook and things, and you see large gatherings of kids, none of them are wearing their masks.
Yeah.
They're all at the beach or wherever it might be. So,
yeah.
I think that, because we've been in school and it's been safe for people, you forget. But, just to remain diligent, we still do have a pandemic going on. And as much as I'd like to see it go away, as everybody else would, it's still here.
Yeah, I totally agree. We're all waiting for the day that vaccine is going to come out, and then once people start getting inoculated, then we can kind of, let the wall down just a little, but not fully until everybody's inoculated.
Yep. So I'm really ready for this to kind of get back to what's normal, because I think that we'll all be happy for that.
I miss going to the mall. I'll be honest with you. I have not been in the mall since February, and I'm one of these kind of people, Lori, that just likes to go to the mall and get my couple of slices of pizza, sit down in a chair, and I could sit there for 3 hours and just people watch. I can just people watch all day long, and I miss doing stuff like that. Even though I could still go and do it with a mask on, I'm not comfortable doing it. So
I've had to go in there because I get my contact lenses from Cohen's.
Right.
But I'll tell you, they took great safety measurements in there and at Cohen's Optical, and their business was just, when you go in there, it's always booming. I mean, even through COVID, it was just like really seriously lit up.
Oh, that's a business. That's a necessity.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that, because you know what, I feel badly. You drive around, you see the businesses that are gone and the restaurants. I mean, and not that we've gone out a lot, but I feel badly these restaurants that now I do see that they're able to open up restaurants more with Governor DeSantis, coming forward and giving that announcement last week.
Right.
But still, I mean, these businesses, these restaurants, they have suffered tremendously.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And, nobody more wants to see them get back than all of us.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. Our very special guest has been the superintendent of schools for Martin County, Lori Gaylord. She joins us each and every Monday, and only for a few more weeks, and then it's gonna be sad when she leaves us, but that's okay, because we'll be handed off. We'll have a peaceful transfer of power right here in studio, and I look forward to meeting the new Kentucky Wildcat guy, as we call him.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's a wildcat himself. I have to go make sure now and check that.
Yeah,
but
you'll have to do some homework and let me know, so we know how to kid around with him a little bit.
A child that's a wildcat and one that's a cardinal. So
okay, we'll have to ask him how he deals with that in his house. You got a wildcat and a cardinal.
He can bring one into the studio. That would be okay.
I mean, who knows? Maybe, hey, Lori, who knows? Maybe he's a gator or a Seminole. You never know.
Yeah, I don't think so. I would remember that. So
anyway, listen, hey, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate you very much.
Oh, great talking with you guys this morning.
It's always fun. It always is fun chatting with you.
All right. Have a good week.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye now.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
8:25 news time. Let's go to the news desk where Bonnie's standing by. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. And a group of Palm Beach County teachers are suing the school district over what they say is an unsafe reopening. WPTV's Derek Lowe tells us more.
The teacher we spoke with says that he's been using his sick days to teach remotely until he hopes a ruling is made ordering the transition back to remote learning.
Completely reckless and insensitive to the health and well-being of not only the students but the teachers.
In Palm Beach County, a class action lawsuit is challenging the ability to be able to safely reopen brick and mortar schools.
Many of us teachers had requested right from the beginning to be placed on remote learning.
At the forefront of the legal filing is Steven Silberberg. He says after being granted a remote learning accommodation from the district's Human Resources Department, he and several other teachers were denied distance learning positions by their principals.
We can still have a lot of anxiety. I think this is going to be, we're going to be shuffling things around.
In an interview earlier this week, the school superintendent asked that everyone remain patient and said that the school district will continue to make any needed adjustments.
We've a lot of people who work in these buildings or in support roles who have teaching certifications are out in school helping cover classes.
Silberberg says if the lawsuit fails, he hopes the school district will at least require all current and future brick and mortar students to get tested for COVID-19.
What price can you put on a human life, whether it's $20, $30, but we need to do those tests first before we allow students and employees at risk back into the schools.
And through the first week of school, the district says there have been 16 positive COVID-19 cases, all from different campuses. That number includes 13 employees and 3 students. Reporting in West Palm Beach, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV, News Channel 5.
A new tool will soon be deployed in an attempt to kill blue-green algae. Florida Gulf Coast University's Everglades Wetland Research PAC in Naples received a $1 million grant from the Florida Department of Environmental Protection to see if buoys equipped with some technology can kill harmful algae, also known as cyanobacteria, in ponds and standing lakes. If the technology works on a small scale, the next step will be to see if it works on a larger scale, like killing algae and water leaving Lake Okeechobee and heading for the St. Lucie County estuary. And lastly, President Donald Trump paid no federal income taxes in 10 of the past 15 years, this according to the report in the New York Times. The Sunday report said he paid $750 in taxes to the federal government the year he was elected, 2016, and $750 again his first year in office. Trump has fiercely guarded his tax filings, becoming the only president in modern times not to make them public. Trump's financial disclosures indicated he earned at least $434.9 million in 2018, but the tax filings reported a $47.4 million loss. The disclosure comes at a pivotal moment weeks before a divisive election with early voting underway. During a briefing Sunday evening, Trump was asked about the story and his taxes. He replied, "Fake news, it's totally fake news." Tom Brady had his best game yet in Tampa Bay with Tampa Bay in a 28-10 win over the Broncos in Denver. Brady passed for 297 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions as the Bucs won their second straight.
Some guys got some action, so it's a long year. Everyone's got to contribute. You know, a lot of things to improve on. Obviously, happy to win, but we gotta keep turning it up a notch.
Now, next Sunday, the Bucs will host the San Diego Chargers. In some other wins, look at these teams, incredible, that are 3-0, like the Buffalo Bills beating the LA Rams 35-32. The Titans on their third win over the Vikings, just winning by a point yesterday, 31-30. Chicago Bears, when they came to beat Atlanta, 30-26, with the help of Nick Foles coming off the bench. And the Steelers beating Houston Texans 28-21. Green Bay, they win in New Orleans. Just some of the teams that are 3-0. What an exciting NFL season so far. News time 8:30. Weather and traffic together are next.
Time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
We don't have any accidents for this Monday morning. All quiet on the roadways right now, so if you're heading out, it should be a good ride. There's your latest look at traffic. In Stewart, we have 81, and in Samara, Russia, 66 degrees. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Monday, my sunshines. Temperatures this morning starting off in the mid to upper 70s along the Treasure Coast with a few showers blowing in from off the ocean. This afternoon, highs in the upper 80s are feels like temperatures in the upper 90s to triple digits. Mainly dry through late morning, then scattered showers and storms throughout the evening. Highs in the low 90s for tomorrow, heat index values in the triple digits. Morning sunshine followed by afternoon showers and storms. Wednesday, a front approaches the state. Scattered showers and storms ahead of the front, then slow clearing throughout the day. Highs on Wednesday in the mid-80s. Thursday through Saturday, slightly cooler, drier air. Highs in the low to mid-80s. Lots of sunshine with low humidity. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
8:35 right now is the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for our daily space report. And here's the one and only Randy Siegel.
Good morning. Well, nothing special with space history today, but we are going to have some launches taking place. From the Possessed Cosmodrome. Well, nothing special with space history today, but launches taking place. From the Possessed Cosmodrome in Russia, there was a launch from a Soyuz rocket putting into orbit 3 new GONETS-M communications satellites. The Russians like to have these satellites in orbit because they don't have to depend on operations. And then later this afternoon, if the weather holds up, and there's only a 30% chance of violation, a Falcon 9 rocket is scheduled to lift off at 10:22 a.m. this afternoon and put into orbit 60 Starlink satellites. That launch was delayed due to weather, but now it's back on track. And tomorrow at 10:02 a.m., nighttime launch for a Delta IV Heavy, carrying into orbit a National Reconnaissance Orbiting Laboratory, and it's the vehicle that has been delayed several times, including an abort at T-3 seconds when they had a problem with a swing arm. And then we're going to have another Falcon 9 rocket launched on the 29th at 9:55 p.m. in the evening with a launch window that ends at 10:10 p.m. And if you think that's not enough, on the 29th, there will also be another launch taking place from Wallops Island, Virginia at 10:27 p.m., carrying an Antares rocket with a Cygnus freighter headed for the International Space Station. Well, you want to go to the International Space Station, you can do that. All you have to do is be the winner of a reality show and get a chance to fly into space. In fact, your space mate potentially could be Tom Cruise, because Tom Cruise is intending to go to the International Space Station next year and film a movie. So we're going to have to see how that plays out. The current crew that is on board the International Space Station will be returning home on April the 9th. That's when we will see an end to their mission of 177 days. That's when the new spacecraft are getting ready to launch. So you're seeing a lot of changes taking place on the space station. The next crew to go to the International Space Station will consist of Sergei Rusakov, Sergei Kushevashikov, and Katie Rubins from the United States. They have completed in Russia their final tests, and they have now gone to the Baikonur Cosmodrome in preparation for that launch. They go to Baikonur just a few days before launch in order to complete their training as well as to check out their actual vehicle. The crew also follows a lot of Russian traditions, namely planting a tree on the way. They also sign a door that has been signed by every crew that has flown from the Baikonur Cosmodrome. So tradition is a major, major thing. We also see that the Chinese continue to launch satellites. The Chinese yesterday launched another Earth reconnaissance satellite into orbit. So far, since June the 10th, the Chinese have had launches taking place less than 1 month apart, something rather unusual for China, but they're showing that they are a major player and intend to do so well into the future. The environmental satellites are designed to help them take care of their ecology as well as to monitor what else is going on Earth. Having a very close focal point, they also could operate them as spy satellites if necessary. On the far side of the moon, the Chang'e 4 spacecraft that is on the moon is going to sleep. Yep, because of the lunar cycles, the Chinese put their spacecrafts into a dormant mode for 2 weeks at a time. And this was just done with those spacecrafts. So China, while operating in good space, also has a lot going on. Lastly, we want to tell you that Estee Lauder is paying NASA to send up several bottles of their product on the Cygnus spacecraft, the SS Kalpana Chawla, which is scheduled to lift off on the 29th. to the International Space Station so that they can test whether or not their particular recipe is good for astronauts who have dry skin on the space station. Tomorrow we're going to tell you, hopefully, about several launches, as well as Russia looking for new cosmonauts. So until then, a great day, everybody.
Thank you very much, Randy. That's Randy Siegel, who appears on the program each and every weekday at this time. He gives us the latest and greatest space report. Time to head on over to Ellie's downtown deli. God, every time I hear this, I want to get up and start like doing the limbo or dancing around. It's just just kind of that happy feel-good music,
It's so happy. And, Ellie's is a happy place too, Evan, because you get so many choices to choose from their menu.
Yeah.
You can come in and kind of create your own sandwiches.
Exactly. What's going on down at Ellie's lately, Bonnie?
You might want to try the roast beef and cheddar sandwich, maybe maple glazed ham with cheddar, or oven gold turkey with provolone on your sandwich. You can have lettuce, tomatoes, red onions, add alfalfa sprouts, even hot peppers, banana peppers, a little more mild, olives, pickles, mustard, got to have the mayonnaise, oregano, oil, and vinegar, everything that makes a sandwich so tasty. Maybe pepper jack cheese is your choice. You can add brie to your sandwiches with a side. All sandwiches come with a side item at Ellie's. And try homemade desserts like key lime pie or chocolate chip cookies to take home. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart now has their patio back open, plus they're at 50% dining inside with a full menu for pickup or delivery. Ellie's also has full dinners available. Yes, they do, for takeout, plus they're as well. Call 772-781-6605 to order and pick up today. They're at 18 Southeast 6th Street, just off Colorado in Stuart. Call them 772-781-6605. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart.
All right, it's time for the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold opening up at $1,867.10 an ounce, and silver opening up at $23 an ounce. That's the Precious Metals Report, all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. News time once again, 8:43. Let's go to the news desk. Here's Bonnie.
Thanks, Evan. President Trump is coming back to Florida. The Trump campaign announcing it will hold a rally on Friday night at Orlando Sanford International Airport. Meanwhile, Trump's former campaign manager is being held at a hospital in South Florida. That after Brad Parscale barricaded himself in his Fort Lauderdale home.
Parscale's wife reportedly called police after he was threatening to harm himself. His wife told officers he was armed. The South Florida Sun-Sentinel reports Parscale didn't threaten police and was taken to a hospital under Florida's Baker Act that allows police to detain people who potentially pose a threat to themselves or others. Dean Muccio, NBC News Radio.
2 Palm Beach County men were accused of trafficking fentanyl in Stuart. Eddie Evanow, age 22, and Mark Marcus, 24, both of Delray Beach, were each arrested on a charge of trafficking fentanyl on Thursday. Evanow was also arrested on charges of possession of oxycodone and possession of Xanax. Stuart Police Department officers said Thursday afternoon they saw the pair in a sedan with a dark tint in the parking lot of a Wawa in Stuart. Stuart Police Department officers said they stopped the vehicle and found Evanow and Marcus in the vehicle. Officers said when they stopped the men, they smelled marijuana coming from the vehicle. Police said they searched the vehicle the men were in and found 30 Xanax pills, 14 oxycodone pills, and 4 grams of fentanyl. Evanow told police the oxycodone and Xanax were his. Both men were taken to the Martin County Jail where they remained on Sunday. Evanow and Marcus have $520,000 and $500,000 bail, respectively. President Trump paid no federal income taxes in 10 of the past 15 years. This according to a report in the New York Times. The Sunday report said he paid $750 in taxes to the federal government the year he was elected, 2016, and $750 again his first year in office. Trump has fiercely guarded his tax filings, becoming the only president in modern times not to make them public. Trump's financial disclosures indicated he earned at least $434 $54.9 million in 2018, but the tax filings reported a $47.4 million loss. The disclosure comes at a pivotal moment weeks before a divisive election with early voting underway. During a briefing Sunday night, Trump was asked about the story and his taxes. He replied, "Fake news. It's totally fake news." Lastly, ahead of the first debate stage matchup between President Donald Trump and his Democratic challenger, Joe Biden, each campaign is promising a stark contrast in policy, personality, and preparation. Trump has decided to skip any formal preparation, and while Biden's team believes the significance of the debate may be exaggerated, the Democratic nominee has been aggressively preparing to take on the president. Excitement in the NBA and the Miami Heat headed for the NBA Finals after defeating the Boston Celtics 125-113 to take the East in 6 games. Bam Adebayo led the way, scoring 32 points and pulling down 14 rebounds. Heat coach Eric Spoelstra.
And he backed that up tonight. He was sensational. Just from a competitive standpoint, all across the board.
The Heat will now take on the West champion LA Lakers for the championship. Starts Wednesday in the NBA's Orlando bubble. News time, it's 8:47. Weather and traffic together next.
$8:49 the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Code Red Roofers. Bonnie?
Well, we do see an accident to the south of us. This is on the Turnpike headed northbound in Palm Beach Gardens, and the right is partially blocked this morning. But right here on our immediate Treasure Coast, no accidents, no tie-ups that we're seeing. There's your latest look at traffic. And currently it's 81 in Palm City, Albuquerque, New Mexico this morning, a cool 50. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Monday, my sunshines. Temperatures this morning starting off in the mid to upper 70s along the Treasure Coast with a few showers blowing in from off the ocean. This afternoon, highs in the upper 80s are feels-like temperatures in the upper 90s to triple digits. Mainly dry through late morning, then scattered showers and storms throughout the evening. Highs in the low 90s for tomorrow, heat index values in the triple digits. Morning sunshine followed by afternoon showers and storms. Wednesday, a front approaches the state, scattered showers and storms ahead of the front, then slow clearing throughout the day. Highs on Wednesday in the mid-80s. Thursday through Saturday, slightly cooler, drier air. Highs in the low to mid-80s, lots of sunshine with low humidity. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Mornings are better with the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on WSTU.
Good morning, my neighbors!
Howdy, neighbor.
Hello, neighbor.
Greetings, neighbor.
I'm your next door neighbor.
Love thy neighbor.
I love you, neighbor.
Hi, neighbor. How are you doing?
It's National Neighbor Day. Are you our new neighbors? We're your new neighbors!
Yes.
I'm your new neighbor.
Oh, my neighbor's great.
Happy National Neighbor Day.
Let's get this show started.
It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood, Bonnie.
Won't
It's a
you-
wonderful day.
Won't you be my neighbor, Evan?
Won't you be my neighbor?
I will be. That's for sure. We're very neighborly feeling this morning.
All right. We have a phone caller. Maybe they're our neighbor. Who knows? Hi, you're on the air with Evan and Bonnie. Who's this?
Good morning, you two. How are you doing?
Oh, it's our neighbor from up wherever the heck he is.
Elmer.
Yes, Elmer, the old man down the road.
Hi.
Hello, old man. How are you?
We're doing good. I hear you got a Wildcat fan going to be coming to Florida.
Yeah, there's a, I don't know if he's a Wildcat or a Cardinal fan, or it's going to be the new superintendent of schools for Martin County.
Yeah, well, go Gators.
Why did I know you were going to say that? Jeez, got to be brutal, don't you? So listen, let me say this before we get into our conversation. You are not allowed to discuss what's going on right now with Edna, or anything like that. There you go, attaboy. So you can't be doing stuff like that.
Oh, no worries.
You have an attorney now. You have Fredo's. What is it? Fredo's legal service.
I believe so. Yes.
Fredo's legal service is your counsel. So God only knows how that's going to go, and we'll see what happens with that.
We're going to have to check his taxes.
Yeah, definitely, definitely so. So, what have you been doing all weekend, old man? Any update on anything?
Oh, just doing some fishing and watching the leaves on the trees change to pretty orange and yellow colors.
Oh, okay.
What kind of fish are you catching up there?
Ones that swim away.
Oh, okay. Hey, I got a quick birthday I forgot to mention. My brother-in-law's wife, Amber, is 36 years old today. Boy, am I going to get in trouble for saying her age. But then again, it came up on Facebook, so I'm not in trouble.
So is your grandson, Ashton. He had a birthday.
Yeah, Ashton had his 3-year-old birthday yesterday.
Boy, are you going to be in trouble for saying that he's 3?
That's all right. I can say he's 3.
And I have somebody celebrating a birthday. Might be listening right now. Cameron. Oh, happy birthday to my wonderful nephew, mine and Gary's.
Yeah.
Cameron.
All right.
He's turning how old today? 30.
I don't know.
30
years old?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. He's a growing boy.
Okay. 30 years old. Oh my.
So how's the weather down there?
Oh, the weather's great.
It'd be perfect for fishing. You should come on down and fish with us.
Oh, it's perfect fishing here, I tell you, because we're only going to be 70 degrees today.
Wow, that's
Really?
perfect. And can you imagine the setting, Evan, with all of the gold and orange and the leaves, all these colors? They must be in full bloom up that way right now.
Wow.
No, not quite. You probably towards the end of October, it'll be full foliage.
Wow.
No kidding.
I would love to come up that way.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
I know, like this time of year too, up in Wisconsin, I like to go and canoe on Weber Lake. And at this time of year, I'm telling you, you're on the water maybe at 7:00 in the morning when the water looks like glass. And then off the hillsides, you see that pretty fall foliage from the mountainous hillsides, the leaves and the trees just glooming in that water like it's a huge mirror. There's nothing like it.
Wow.
Hey, Bonnie, I see your cheeseheads won last night.
They did?
Oh, the cheeseheads. He calls them the cheeseheads.
They're 3-0. They are one of the teams that are 3-0. So it's hard to tell who's going to be the best. There's so many of them now going like 3-0.
The old cheddarhead.
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 Jeez.
I'm a young cheddarhead, sir. I'm a mighty fine young cheddarhead.
Wow.
Oh, that's kind of cheesy.
Oh, no pun intended there. My gosh.
But in our Lenny's Pick'em League, I got 8 correct this week. So
Okay.
the Packer backer is doing very mediocre.
Mediocre.
And I think what really set me wrong is I went against the grain of these teams that were 2-0. Like I looked at Chicago and I said, no way is Chicago going to win their 3rd game straight. I said that about the Packers too. No, they're not going to win their 3rd game straight. So I was wrong on a lot of those.
So are you a betting woman?
To an extent, she is. She
Yeah.
doesn't want to give it all away.
Later in the season, we like to put our bets in once in a while and have a little fun with it. I'm not like a overly betting, gambling kind of girl, though. I'm not going to give away the firm. Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't want to give the farm away.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I gave that away already.
Yeah, just don't be talking too much, okay?
Oh boy.
You don't want to get in trouble.
No, not at all.
All right, so
I see you're having a anniversary coming up here in October there, Evan.
oh yes, my 21st wedding anniversary is going to be happening.
Oh, congratulations.
21 years.
21.
21 years of wedded bliss to the love of my life. I don't want to say my teenage sweetheart, but she's my sweetheart since she was 21.
I hope you guys go dancing or do
No.
something fun.
No. We're just going out to dinner with the family, and that's
Do
it.
the limbo.
Yeah. All right, say goodnight, old man. We got to run.
Good night, old man.
All right, that's the old man down the road. He always checks in with us every single day. Bonnie, it's been a great Monday, and we look forward to Tuesday.
We do.
And then Wednesday, Thursday, and then the weekend will be with us.
In October before we know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We say ciao mein.
Honduras.
And Arriva Dirty. Folks, be kind to one another.
And maybe do what I did yesterday, put up the rest of your Halloween decorations.
That's it, folks. That's a wrap for a Monday. Happy Monday, and have a better one Tuesday. We're WSTU Stewart. We're Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next, and we'll see everybody bright and early here Tuesday morning on the Get Up and Go Show. Bye-bye for now.